Hi, this is Lisa Wingate. Welcome to my writer's room. My 16th novel, Dandelion Summer, is about to come out, and I am so excited about all the real history and real life connections in this book. So we were thinking about what we could do to make the release of this sweet 16th novel just a little bit special. And we thought, when a movie company has a movie coming out that they're excited about, they do a movie premiere, so why couldn't we do a book club premiere? Get a book club together ahead of time and let them read the book and get together to talk about it. Well, it was a little hard to pick just one book club, but 10 years ago when my first novel, Tending Roses, came out, I received an email from the McGregor Tiara Literary Society asking me to come speak at their inaugural meeting. They've since read dozens of books of all different kinds, including quite a few of mine. So we thought they'd be the perfect book club for our book club premiere of Dandelion Summer. The ladies of the club read the book in manuscript form, and then a few weeks ago we got together to talk about it. It was a fantastic night of food and stories and laughter and fun, and I wish you could have been there for the whole thing. But I hope you'll enjoy just these few minutes of the book club premiere of Dandelion Summer with the wonderful, amazing ladies of the McGregor Tiara Literary Society.
That's dedication. Well, when we had our first meeting, we were going, okay, so what book? And we said, okay, well, we want to do Tending Roses. And I said, you know, it says she's from the Hill Country area. And so I thought, I'll just call her. I'll send an email and ask her to come. You know, I said, all she can do is say no. And so I got an email right back saying, sure. And we were all just so excited.
Oh,
it was our charter meeting night.
Was country cooking your first
and here,
And then Texas cooking.
Texas cooking.
Yeah.
And so we got to know Lisa then, and she told us more stories about Grandma, and we cried, and it was just a wonderful 3-hour discussion on the book.
With fantastic food.
It was. It was a good night.
And I would think we've reviewed every book that Lisa has done.
I think so. I think
But I'm telling you, this book is
all the best.
right there with Tending Roses.
Oh.
I said I thought J.Norm was to this book what Grandma Rose was to Tending Roses. Yes. Except that I could feel J.Norm and Epiphany. I could feel them, I could smell them, I could
They were
touch
real.
them.
You were there. We were there.
Can I read one part out of the book?
Yeah.
I love this part. This is one of the parts where we're talking about J.Norm. When Epiphany is talking about it, she said he was skinny and kind of stooped over so that he just about looked me level in the eye. But I could tell he must have been tall before he got like way old. Wearing a tank top thing with chest hairs and droopy skin hanging out everywhere. And in striped pajama pants pulled almost to his armpits. His hair, what there was of it, looked like the fuzz on a baby's head after you pull a t-shirt on in the wintertime and the air crackles with static. I could see, I've seen men like that.
Yes.
Like, I know this man. I've seen him somewhere, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. And then it was like the next week, I pulled out on Highway 84 and this old man pulled, and I was like, there was J.Norm. That was J.Norm. Looked just like him. I know it had to be him.
Did you Facebook me about that?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I think I just passed J.Norm on the road.
He was such a crotchety old man, you know, and he was arguing all the time, and she just put that back at him so quick and just changed that man.
She's a gutsy little girl.
I'm glad you named her Epiphany.
One of the pieces of advice that he gave her that I really liked, and it seemed like there was just so much of this book that I could like take to heart, or that I had either maybe been through sort of in some degree, or little things touched. But when he's telling Epiphany to leave her liabilities in the dust of the road not taken, the world is an imperfect place. Everyone struggles. Everyone does struggle. He says successful people see trials as growth experiences rather than stumbling blocks. And if you think about each individual family, and even though you went down the same path, some of them took it as a stumbling block and they stopped and they didn't go forward. And somebody said, here's a chance, you know. And I just thought that was such a great quote there of what he said. That,
He was a wise fellow.
he was Grandma
I
Rose
loved
in
him.
Nan's body.
Can you tell us how you came up with J.Norm?
J.Norm really does come from my friend Ed, who is just a reader friend. I don't mean just, you know, qualify it, but he literally emailed me after he had run across Texas Cooking and somewhere and read it, and then read a couple of the others and emailed me and said, I just really love your books, and I love the fact that you don't have to run them through a testosterone filter. And he said, I'm a retired engineer, and if I can do anything to help you get word of your books out on the internet, I would love to do that. And so I just kind of got to know him a little bit at a time, but he shared a lot of things and has over the years from his life about the things he's done, you know, being involved in the early parts of the space program and sending this thing to the moon that's still up there. I mean, can you imagine looking at the moon and knowing something that you built that had never been done before is still sitting there? I mean, it just amazes me. Every time I look at the full moon anymore, I think surveyor's sitting up there on the moon somewhere, you know, and it's still there. And he'll talk about that sometimes, you know, and say, I wonder if we could turn it back on, would it still work or not? And wondering what happened to it. But in all of that, he has a lot of regrets. I mean, he's done these amazing things, but he has also these regrets because he has one daughter and he missed a lot of her life. He was away for a lot of it, and she's very loved, and they don't have the issues that the people have in the book, but a lot of his thoughts, and he's always telling me, I'll say something about something the boys have done, or a baseball game, or this or that, and we've been friends now for 5 or 6 years probably, you know. He's always reminding me to enjoy the time, and he'll say, give those boys a hug. I know they don't act like they want it, but they do. They still need a hug from their mom. And
I think one part of the book that really touched me was when she wrote the theme, Ode to Weeds.
Yes.
And of course, being a retired teacher, that really touched my heart about how that child felt and how a teacher can either build them up or put them down.
Yeah.
You
And the
know,
teacher
and
didn't
it's,
get it.
Greta, you're right. That teacher didn't even know.
you know, she didn't. The teacher didn't get it. You
No.
know, she just.
No.
That teacher didn't.
no, and that's, you know, that's part of being a good teacher, is having that ability to ferret out what's special about a kid and what's different about a kid and what's going on behind the scenes. And, you know, of course, it speaks to all these education cuts, because you think you add another 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 kids to that classroom, and the chances of that teacher being the one person who makes a difference in any kid's life is a lot less. You know, and then you think of where a kid like this ends up if somebody doesn't come along and make that difference. I mean, J.Norm in this story to me really is probably the difference between her getting in some kind of trouble with this boy, Theron, and not.
But God really made him do it. I mean, he, like you say, he came up with his, you know,
Well, they were in
under
church
things
salvation.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, God really did do that for both of them, though. It let Norm live again, and it let her live maybe for the first time. I just taking care of him.
Yeah.
I mean, concern for him.
And you know, he wasn't eating, and she got him to eat, and she did all these things that he had been refusing to do. I think he was in deep depression from losing his wife,
I agree.
and also for the attitude that his daughter had towards him, and his
Oh,
health,
he had helped
and his
develop
health.
it.
Yeah.
Well, that's
You know, all
something
of that.
to think too, that, you know, as us that have had to help our parents and everything, you've got to remember that, you know, for them to be giving up their independence and you're telling them what to do, that's just, you know, think about having to go through that. That's going to be, I know a lot of us have gone through that, and
Well, I'm getting there.
well, maybe you want to read this book.
So you'll know what not to do.
I know. I'm learning. I'm learning a lot. Can't do this and can't do that. But they can't take my driver's license or car away.
Oh, you're help her thing.
Yes.
You know,
Thank goodness.
one thing is that it doesn't take 100 people necessarily. It would, and I've noticed with teenagers, if you, and I believe, of course, God makes a difference. But if one person loves a child, it can change a lot.
That's
One
true, Carla.
person.
Yeah.
One person
Right.
truly love a child, it really will make a difference. So I don't think we ever waste our love on any single individual. I mean, you know, it's never, you think, but it's not enough. It might be.
Yeah.
So you just never know what God's going to do with that.
You never know what difference you might make in someone's life.
You don't.
For just one little thing.
And it was that one lady, I mean, she died of, what'd she have?
Diabetes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And then J.Norm.
It was so exciting. You know, the whole book, it was, you're excited about, you know, you get all uptight about this and then you're reading this and, you know, it was just a roller coaster too. It was great.
So question, guys, are y'all so excited? Do you want to read it now?
I told Debbie, when I took it over that day, I said, here's the manuscript. I said, it's a great book. She goes, well, maybe I won't. Was it Clean House or?
Yeah, I'll sit out on the, it was a pretty Saturday 2 weeks ago. I said, oh, maybe I'll sit out on the deck and read for a while. I read straight through.
Oh my
I couldn't put it down. I was like, okay, I've got to know. What is this deal with the house, the 7 chairs, and the... That's what kept me going the whole way was, what is he dreaming about? What is...
Yeah, I couldn't put it down.
I read it straight through too.
I did too.
Yeah, it was at 3 in the morning.
Wow, a lot of you all read it straight through.
I didn't read it straight through.
I did not.
I savored
I did
moments.
too.